frenetic start. Frantic. My name's Quinlan. And this is Melbourne Musos. Live! Oh! 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 Oh, very dramatic for a beginning, isn't it? Oh, so serious. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What I'm doing today is going to talk about stamina. Okay, as I said, my name's Quinlan. Welcome to the show, Melbourne Musos Live. And what it is, I am doing the Dmitri note, Shostakovich's 4 notes, very dramatic. And what you have is D, E flat, C, and B. Not that this is the subject of the show. Oh, but I love those notes. If you want to be dramatic, use those 4 notes, E, and what goes on then is how do you put them all together, and then how do you play out a set? The songs only get faster at the end. You got to have the stamina to keep on going. No last set fade outs. What am I doing here? What I'm doing here is being dramatic, but what it is create any analogy that you want. Sorry. Those who know. Anyway, I'm doing this on Easter Saturday. And what happens is the day after a not so good Friday. It's just a gag. Anyway, what it is how do you do things like this? I'm going to take the triggers off now for a little bit. And one of the things that I like to do is use my mallet, and every episode I mention how much I love my practice pad, you see. And one of the things about it is that when I'm here with dear Doris, what I do is I like mixing things up rather than tap, 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 tap. I like mixing it. Now, one of the things you want to start to try and get together on your practice pad is your resolution points, you see. Now, what happens if we take the humble paramadoodle and just go right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left. When you first start, of course, it's right, left, right, left, left. Why can't I just do a single stroke? But what starts to happen is that the reason why these rudiments exist because of the history of the rudiment, which I mentioned or talked at length about last episode, about rudiments marching into battle and sending signals across a battlefield, you see. Now, what you need for that is a fair whack of stamina, you know, that kind of thing. In my time with the Dear City of Essendon Brass Band and doing those Anzac Day marches, they were long marches. And at the end, you know, sort of thing, you know, like, where's the water? You know, that. Because not only do you have to do all your playing, and the you know, the bandies, you know, playing their trombones and their cornets and all that. Don't call it a trumpet. and all that. But not only do you have to play, you have to march. Boy, stamina. And how do you create stamina? Well, the easiest thing to say is practice. And sure, but what are you going to practice? What are you going to do? Now, when you've got a beat, like if I'm going to just sort of go right, left, 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 which is the first way that I played a paradiddle. Dear old Harold Ripper came in. What do you think you're doing, son? playing a dance or something. It's straight, you know, right, left, right, left, right, left, back. And paradiddle, paradiddle. I did all that last episode. This is call it a semi-sequel. But what it is that let me take you through the phases of what happens to any rudiment, of which I'm just going to make a paradiddle the example. When you first start with a single paradiddle, you've got 8 notes. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Why do I need this? I want to do Led Zeppelin. Well, immigrant song for a start. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Over a period of time, that starts to become fairly, I think I'm getting it now, you know, that, and then like that. But what happens is you start to get a flow on, right? Get a bit of a run on. How many more football analogies do I need to do on this show? So you're starting to get there. But then what you do is you adjust your thinking about the aforementioned paradiddle. You see, you might have right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Now one would call this an accent, right, left, left, but not yet, because in many cases with students, if you add something, everything goes backwards. People could go, oh, or whatever it might be. An emphasis, give it a groove, right, left. So instead of 8 separate notes, you now have 2 sections, the right section and the left section, right, left, left. There's a hook to hang it on, right? Something you can hang something on. So, you know, add the bass drum. Hi-hat 2 and 4 always makes it groovy. And bit by bit, build it up. Imagine this is your practice pad at home. Metronome it. And one thing to do is with metronomes, make your drumming songs, the songs that made you want to play drums instead of violin, make those songs your movable metronome, because usually the original tracks are built up from a metronome, which is lovingly called a click track in the studio, that kind of biz. And so if you're on the drums and the person who made you want to play the drums was Charlie Watts of the Stones, put on the Stones. Play along to Jumpin' Jack Flash or something, you know. And then what happens is that give yourself a task, you see. So what happens is that if you're just playing a paradiddle at home, and don't forget, if you've just walked in, this is just the example. What happens is that you're going right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, and you start looking at the clock after 10 seconds. But if you're going ba 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 ba, oh, right now, in fact it's a gas, oh, jumping jack flash, gas, 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 ba 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 ba. Oh, so much fun. Anyway, so what it is, you're building up your stamina bit by bit, you see. I think I just encapsulated 6 months worth of practice pad in like 20 seconds there, but using Jumpin' Jack Flash. I don't know why I used that one, but anyway, there you go, I did. Off the cuff. But what happens is that by starting any rudiment, you're doing your separate notes, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Then bit by bit, there's sections, right, left, and that's how they were developed in the bad old days with marching into battles and stuff. So what would happen is that they're side to side. You see, right, left, right, that kind. Right. Oh, sorry, what am I doing? Left, 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 right, left. That kind of thing. Bum, 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 bum. Bring your feet into it. Do the same thing with the double stroke roll. I'm putting a little bit of emphasis on the left hand because then it becomes a little bit twisty. Then you can adjust it if you're doing a paradiddle and you're getting a bit of speed. It's not always going to be 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2. You could have 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Oi! And then you've got a dozen uplet because if you're doing triplets, you've got 4 notes to the first count. 1 and ah. You see, and therefore you're playing 12 notes in the time of one beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. I missed a cymbal there. Target practice, Chris, come on. Hey! So what goes on is all of a sudden you're seeing a lot of fast notes, but inside a fairly, like 1 and a 2, 1 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 4 and a 4 and a 1. Things like that. Now, when are you ever going to play that? And if you do, you're going to get the sack. Not so much if you're doing any kind of Vinnie Colaiuta business or anything of that nature. So you see, but all of a sudden, there's a lot of fast notes happening here and all that. So what you need to do is have your technique ready to go for the last set. These kind of things. Once upon a time when I was with when we had the Zappa Instrumental in the 90s, there was a song called Redunzel, which is a bit of a play on Rapunzel, let down your hair, so I can climb your golden stair. Why did I just make that sound sleazy? Anyway, so, but what it is at the time, it required a little bit of this. And at the time I'm going, oh my poor hands, that kind of thing, very fast. And it was one of those tunes that I've heard a lot of people talk about when they're doing their sets, is that don't put that in the first set, I'll be cooked, that kind of thing. Singers, put that in the second set, I'll be warmed up, but I'll be cooked in the last set, so you're pacing yourself, that sort of business. And Redunzel was all, for me, I said, don't put it last. You'll probably see my boots in the air 3/4 of the way through, the last set. I'm cooked, mate, cooked. And don't put it in the first because I just remember my hand freezing. I wasn't warmed up quite enough. But the second set, about second or third song in, perfect. I can do it. And I go, oh, thank God that's over. And all that. I love the song, don't get me wrong, but for those who might know that tune from Frank Zappa, that was a hard one to play. And it had everything in it. It had it had a little solo thing, drum breaks, everything else, odd times, oh my Lord. And to get through it, second set was best, you see. So, you pace yourself. So getting back to the idea of protecting yourself, okay. Now what I mean by that, protecting yourself, is the songs only get faster towards the end, okay? One of the songs that I'm playing for Dear Murph and the Magic Tones, being the fill-in, while I'm filling in, it's renamed Smurf and the Magic Tones, is take a long line and you've got boom, ba-da, bum, ba-da, dum, all the way through. Oh, take a long line, reel it in, bum. Now, if you're going to force it, if you're going to arm it, if you know what I mean, it's like one of those PlayStation games where, you know, like the energy level goes, like Tekken, fight, and all that, and then the energy level goes, like that. So what happens is that you've got that. What are you going to do with that? Well, you need to start to do a little bit of the old finger control. You see? Now what happens is, one of the things I often talk about with that is that when you've got your hand, what happens is that you've got wrist control, you've got finger control, but most of what we do is some kind of blend, you see. So if you're going to play slowly, it might well be all wrist. I think some of you out there know the analogy now, but sorry, in joke, in misery. It's mostly all wrist. But if you're doing this, you then have a resolution point, and the whipping, whip stroke, I talk about it a lot. Whipping, vip, cool whip, whip. Now when you're doing, say, sextuplets with an accent there, look inside it. What are you really doing? I'm doing a whip stroke, you know, downstroke, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. There's the whip, then the whip, then the whip, then the whip. And then here, it's just finger control. If you call your thumb a finger. So what happens is that when using traditional grip, it's actually thumb control, right? Look, no fingers, fairly loose. But when you put the two together, right? And then if you have a paradiddle-diddle, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, okay? There's the whipping. And the vip gets you moving to... Get it? Got it? Good. Now what I'm doing here is just doing a little bit of a demonstration about how you can create your accents and turn them into resolution points, you see. So when I'm doing lots of notes, if I arm them or all wrist them, again, Tekken, you lose, you know, that kind of stuff. Who remembers that game? I haven't played it in years. I'm sure it's still there. It'd be up to Tekken 27 now or something like that. I don't know. But what it is when you actually have that, going back to the paramadoodles, you've got right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Cha, cha, cha. Same with paradiddle-diddles. Keep it on one side, or right, in this case. Right, 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 right. But I'm not thinking about 6 strokes. I'm just thinking about one resolution point. And then the combination, as I said, between the fingers and the wrists, they're all connected, hopefully to this as well. I don't know. Anyway, there's that. I'm only thinking about get it? I've already done that one. I might put the boys back in. Hello. Oh, dramatic. A dramatic Dimitri patch. One of the things that happened when I didn't put the triggers in, I really had to get together with movements horizontal. And that's I sometimes call it Tai Chi for drummers in all respect, actually. But what happened? Windmills. I had to get to a resolution in the musical key chain. Anyway, so what goes on is working with that, and I better get a little bit of a wriggle on now, is that how do you create stamina? How do you make it to the end of a long, hard set? You know, that kind of thing. And then what happens is one of the ways that you can do it, at least on the drums, is find these little bibs and bobs to actually put into your playing. Okay, a single stroke roll, I've done plenty of shows where I call it the long line, where it's just straight all the way through. Now that creates, just even doing it with the triggers, that's fairly dramatic, but it's open-ended, it's like one straight line. But if I put a little emphasis into it, where are you going to put it? Am I going to make it semiquavers? Now if I take out the left hand, there it is, there's your accent. Downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. Now the upstroke is going to happen anyway because you've got to bring the stick up to bring it down again. Okay, sort of thing. It's not rocket science, as they say. So, but if you do 2 like that, all of a sudden, you know, you've got 2 main movements. But if you do this, you're really turning those 2 movements into one. You're halving the workload, saving stamina. Notice that what I did then was throw in some double stroke rolls, being initially rudimental. You'd hear that on a march, but instead of going like that, I'm just going. Let your fingers do the walking. You know, what was that? The Yellow Pages once. So. Oh, dramatic. Oh, so dramatic. I'm taking the pith. Oh, there you go. So I'll wrap the show up now. I should. Oh, I've gone over already. So, what it is, how do we make it through the last set? The songs are only getting quicker. You have resolution points, you see. You practice, but what are you going to practice? If you're going to do it just on a practice pad, find a point so that a paradiddle is no longer 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I don't need that. I'll never need that. All of a sudden, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, my name's Quinlan. This is another episode of Melbourne Musos Live. Now for a nice glass of